you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months, and even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Little roller up along first. Behind the backs. Here comes Knight in the next one. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. All the baby is out on the field. He's going to go. Looking, going in the end zone.
You're tuned into Game On with Josh Silverberg and Erik Bowe. Talking all things sports. It's
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Game On, right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. No, I am not on camera. I'm in the process of driving home. And hopefully everybody can hear me well and good. I probably sound like I'm on the phone, but that is A-OK. You're listening and watching us live here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Game On, joining you every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am driving safely. I just have the phone to my side. I just have the voice on. So it's like I'm on the phone. But, of course, I have my co-host whenever he wants to pop up on the show, Mr. Erik Bowe. Where are you, sir? There you are.
There you go.
How was that?
That was good.
Dude, good. I'm the one driving. Why am I the one?
Traffic laws, okay? Pay attention.
It was
stay home safe.
I'm not even looking. I'm like,
you pay attention to the road. Listen, I just want to say, I don't know if you know this, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's a special night. Your 2025-26 NFL football season starts tonight. You believe that? We're here already, Josh.
Yeah, I know. Elijah Tucker's already. Yeah, it's perfect. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And, of course, on the board, Speedy Petey. And do not forget, you can check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Scope, Spotify, Apple Podcast. All smart speakers, Job in the Mouth, have their TikTok, and so much more.
It's crazy to think it's opening night already. I'm excited. I'm
not, because I'm a teacher and summer's over and it stinks.
That's a valid point.
It's
a valid point.
It really it's to me it's sad in the sense of, and by the way, Speedy on the board. Speedy, what's going on, man?
Football season.
Yeah, I know. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my wife. First off, I want to give a shout out to her really quick. We did a fantasy football draft a couple days ago, and she's in the league.
Go on.
This is her first time playing?
That's all I got. She's in the league. She did her draft. No, she did her own draft.
Did she ask your help to draft?
Oh, she didn't ask my help at all to draft. She looked up websites on her own. She looked up websites on her own. She did everything. She looked up rankings. She did all that. Nope, she did everything on her own. I cannot wait to play her team because I saw her team. It's something else, but we'll leave it at that.
All right. So when you do, you need to let us know the results. No pressure.
Oh, trust me. Let me tell you, let you know the results too of our league when that starts tonight, because I got two guys playing tonight in Jalen Hurts and Brandon Aubrey, which leads us into our opening night football game between the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and how about them Cowboys? Balls.
The new
You know
look
what I mean?
Cowboys, nonetheless.
Yeah, the new look Cowboys is right and everything. That's for sure.
I do want to throw out, Josh. Let's remember there hasn't been a repeat NFC East champion since at least 2021. It's been quite some time. So, do the Eagles repeat this year? Do the Cowboys somehow have a spark in them? Do the Commanders take a leap? Do the Giants?
You're gonna hit the Giants to the.
I was trying to figure out how I want to word that one.
You
Do
could
the
Giants out. Well, Giants did a surprising thing with putting Dartis the number 2 quarterback, and that makes me believe that that makes me believe when you look at the situation, it's a matter of what do they do with like a Jameis Winston? Do you just trade him? Like, do you trade Winston and go that route? I mean, that's the interesting thing. I mean, Dar had a great preseason, but you're right.
21
Listen,
years since a repeat.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult in the salary cap era. It's just tough to win a Super Bowl in general. That's really what it also comes down to. It's a nightmarish task because you're asking everybody to stay healthy, and then of course you lose coaches on your staff. A la the Eagles lost Kellen Moore on the offensive side of the ball. So it's a matter of, it's the same thing with the Lions. Like, Lion fans, some of them are probably feeling like, gosh, last year our year to do it because we in place, and then all the injuries piled up, and then when it came time for the playoffs, they then got decimated by the Commanders at home because they just didn't have enough healthy bodies, and Goff was horrible. And then they lost everybody. They lost Johnson, they lost Glenn, and you lose all the and it happened. I mean, it happened to the Eagles a couple of years ago when they lost in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. They lost both coaches. They lost Steichen. Where did he go? He went to the Colts?
Yep.
And then they lost the offensive coordinator to the Cardinals, or the defensive coordinator. I can't remember his name. Yep, they lost him to the Colts. So you lose everybody. And then what Sirianni wound up doing was he tried to replace everybody internally. And when you do something like that, you're trying to help. One, you're trying to help your guys out. That's number one. Number two, you're also trying to say, hey, listen, I believe in the depth of my coaching staff. It's going to do it. The problem is it fell on their face. And Sirianni then said, all right, I'm honestly going to have to just – my job's on the line now because his job was in jeopardy. Remember that. His job went from being in jeopardy to winning the Super Bowl. It's crazy. He then said, I gotta hire vets. I'm gonna have to hire veteran coaches, and he hired Vic Fangio to run the defense. He hired Kellen Moore to run the offense, and he lost Moore. Who's the offensive coordinator now for the Eagles? Speedy would know.
No, I don't offhand.
I stumped you with a question like that, Speedy?
His name is Kevin Patullo. Is the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. It's his fifth year. It's his 5th year with the team. He was the passing game coordinator for 4 years.
Okay, so if you think about it, when did Moore come back there? That's what I'm trying to. When did Kellen Moore come back? When did Kellen Moore go to the Eagles?
Only last year. He was with the Chargers before that.
So this is another guy that internally they're giving him the reins. Now I'm sure Sirianni is going to call a lot of the plays because he's an offensive mind, but I digress on that. I think.
I think you're also. The fact that, guess what? They saw what was successful last year, right? The same passing coordinator is now the offensive coordinator, right? So you're going to see a lot of the same, I think, similarities of last year's offense to this year's offense. Like, why change it when the success was what it was last year, right? Saquon.
Well, that's what they thought a couple years ago, right? You thought that way too, didn't you, a couple years ago when they hired the guys internally because those were all the guys on the staff that they had, but didn't work.
Yes, but I feel like they lost a couple of key players in the offense that year too. right? Like
they lost. They lost six. Didn't they lose 6 guys on defense this year? Lost a couple pieces on defense.
Least, yeah.
I mean, their pass rush is shot. I mean, they lost. I mean, Brandon Graham, he didn't really play that, but also they lost Josh Sweat. Was a big part of that passing. Was a part of that blitz.
But offensively,
you lose that.
You have Saquon. Like, you're going to feed Saquon the ball. You're going to feed A.J. Brown the ball. And Devontae Smith is going to run routes and
Goddard's
going to be, a pain.
Yeah. No. Offensively, I mean, again, that was Kellen Moore made the system for them to be successful. I'm not worried about the offense. But again, I also think, here's the thing, though, I think the difference is with this one, it's Fangio's not a good head coach. We know that. He just doesn't relate, I think, for both sides of the ball very well. But as a defensive coordinator, and I still can't believe the Dolphins let him go after 1 year. This is why Mike McDaniel is an idiot. But I digress on that one. Vic Fangio is one of the smartest defensive coordinators in the game of football. You know what I mean? I think he can handle losses. Now, again, it was a good amount of guys that they lost, but I think you can overcome that with coaching. Coaching can, I guess, overtake whether it's miscues or it's just even player personnel or even, like I said, talent. I think coaching goes a long way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have the opposite with the Cowboys right now, right? Like, new head coach, new regime, new running back room, new wide receiver room, new.
Well, the head coach still doesn't make sense to me. I only know that because he was my offensive coordinator with the Jets for millions of years, and he was awful. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But same thing. You have a Dallas team that has a lot of question marks, right? Like, this team is who we think they are until they show us that they're not, right? And who is this Dallas team? This Dallas team is going to be what I think is going to be a very pass-heavy team because they're going to be playing from behind quite a bit, especially with the loss of, obviously, Parsons. But they're another team that, although they did add Pickens to go on the opposite side of CeeDee, that hopefully should help open the field for CeeDee Lamb a little bit more. Jake Ferguson is another sneaky good tight end that just happens to be in the right place at the right time.
Speedy,
right?
What college did Jake Ferguson go to?
Wisconsin.
That's right. That's my guy.
That's why he's one of your favorites.
That's my dog right there, man.
But people are sleeping in the running back room. I mean, Javonte Williams wasn't terrible with his time in Denver, right? So he'll be certain.
He wasn't. It's a matter of the offensive line for Dallas. I mean, if it's such losing, obviously, Terrence Martin, Frederick. I mean, you lose all those. I mean, you lose all pro players like that. In the span that you've lost, I mean, it's difficult to overcome.
Correct. That's where the issue is going to lay, right? Is Trayvon Diggs going to be healthy enough to continue to play the season, to play it well, to play what he's capable of playing? Like, yes, it's going to be the defense that's really the key for Dallas this year.
Well, my question is, now that Parsons left, and Speedy, you can answer this too if you want. Who's the leader? Who's the captain on the defense now? Who's the leader on that defense? Like, who is it?
I don't know if they have an identity for that.
Anthony Barr retired. He was their other linebacker.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, who'd you say?
Anthony Barr was the other veteran linebacker. He retired.
Yeah, Anthony Barr, the other veteran linebacker, he's done. And then a couple years ago, the kid from Boise State, Van Der Esch.
Yep.
He was another one. He retired, right?
Yeah, he retired, I think, the year before. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where I mean, they had DeMarcus Lawrence for a while, but he's completely regressed since. He's completely regressed since Dallas getting the big contract. He left to go to Seattle anyway, but he's also regressed the last couple of years. But again, that's also a way of Dallas overplaying their hand with their own players. You know what I'm saying? Now, Parsons is not that.
It might be who they just traded for. Kenny Clark might be the veteran leader on the team at this point.
Yeah,
he just got.
You're right. It could be Kenny Clark now. But I mean, are you going to make the? I mean, you make the nose tackle a guy that just got there also 30 years old, has had injury problems the last 2 years, you're going to make him the captain of the team. Instantly only being there for a week. That's the part that I'm just like, where's the veteran leadership room? But again, and I also said this about this trade, and I'll say it again about this trade. And I did listen to Job on the Mountain today, Speed. I got to tell you, Fish was not on board with. He thought Dallas won the trade with Green Bay, and then he changed his tune, huh? Yeah. I heard. Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's got to be because of the points that I spoke to Errol about, which was you look at the value of what Dallas got; those are going to be high 20s, low 30s possible picks. You traded him within the conference to a team that beat your tail at home 2 years ago, so now it's another obstacle you put in front of you to get to where you want to go. And I'm not braced up because I'm a Jet fan. But the Jets got more in value for. Think about this: the Jets got more in value for Jamal Adams than the Cowboys did for Micah Parsons.
What about Khalil Mack being much older? The return that Mack.
No. Khalil Mack was still one of the best pass rushers in the league. That's fine.
Yes,
dude, I'm not talking Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was good. Yeah, but I'm saying though, think about this. Think of the name Jamal Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Got more in a trade. Forget Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was one of the best pass rushers at the time, and Khalil Mack was very good with the Bears. He was really good with the Bears. He was.
He was also a lot Jamal
Adams and Parsons. Jamal Adams was a disaster with the Seahawks.
Very. And also, Josh, going back to before for the defensive captains, they are Osa Odighizuwa and Donovan Wilson.
You can't even name the first guy's name. There's your captain.
Osa Odighizuwa.
Does he? Well, I mean, Errol thinks with all the cap that Dallas has, didn't Nick Bosa sign a new contract with the 49ers last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, right at the beginning of the season.
And how many years is the contract?
I think his was 5.
That's what he was telling me. He's like, oh, next year Nick Bosa's a free agent. No, he's not. He's not a free agent. No, he's not.
And Joey's...
It's a 5-year deal.
Joey's in Buffalo.
Why would you want Joey in the first place? He stinks out anyway. He's horrible.
So...
I mean, it's the point of... Now, Dallas has all this salary cap, but here's the thing. And everybody's telling me, oh, you never know what those draft picks are going to be. You never know what those draft picks are going to be. That's fine. When you have a proven commodity in his prime, and some are saying possibly Lawrence Taylor. I don't think he's Lawrence Taylor. In my opinion, I think he is more Reggie White, which is exactly what Green Bay needs. Because remember when Reggie White took Green Bay, what did they do? They won a Super Bowl. They whooped New England, and then they got back to it the next year and should have been in Denver, but they collapsed. I think what Parsons is to Green Bay is what Reggie White was to Green Bay at the time. They're missing, and remember, Reggie White was in his mid-30s, and he was still unbelievable. Parsons is 25, and by the way, he's only missed 2 games in the last 4 years. 2 games. He's durable.
Easily say, is he not a top 3 at his position? You can make an argument he could even be the best at the position, but definitely at least top 3. No.
I understand. No, I think he's one of the top 4 best defensive players in the league. I think he's right there with Garrett and
you're getting rid of basically one of the top talent at the positions. A team where you remove him. I hate to tell you, but your defense is going to falter because you don't have that pass rush.
Well, of course, they don't have a game changer on that team, and I know everybody says he can't stop the run and he can't do it. It's fine.
Parsons,
the reality is
why do you think Green Bay was like, yeah, we'll take him? Why not? Yes.
Well, of course. Well, look at what they traded for him. They gave really nothing to get him. That's the report came out today that Philadelphia tried their damnedest to get him, and it was going to happen because they never did.
Dallas said, sure, we'll trade him in the NFC, just not to the NFC East. Okay.
That's
That makes sense.
him in the NFC at all. Putting in that.
Josh, I'm going to stop you right there for a moment. I think we're losing you for a second. We'll wait for you to get a little bit better signal. But yes, opening night tonight, Dallas, Philadelphia. We're going to make some picks a little bit later on. We still want to dive into this opening night, right? A lot of change of scenery, kind of reminders, updates, stuff that way. We did hear a retirement, right? There was a homecoming for Amari Cooper going back to the Raiders. And what happens today is Amari Cooper retires. Go figure that. With opening night, 3 days away before the season starts, and Amari Cooper says, it's been a career. So long, all. So kudos, congratulations on his retirement to Amari Cooper. Would have been fun to see him in that Raider offense. Opposite side of Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. Now all of a sudden you're talking about a Raiders team that has a couple of names that could spread the ball all over the field. Not so much anymore, Amari Cooper. Happy retirement. However, then we keep going. Let's not forget Adam Thielen traded back to the Minnesota Vikings, right? Great move for the Vikings. Familiar face. Rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy at the helm, trying to get his feet wet after some pretty serious injuries to start his career. But he's ready this year. That's going to be a story I'm watching. You have Buffalo, before mentioned, with Bosa added to the defense. You have a hungrier, I would say, Josh Allen. Cook.
Hello, Speedy, you hear me?
You are back.
Ready to go. And speaking of being ready to go, it sounds like Josh is back. Excellent. All right. But there's a lot of homecomings, a lot of stories that it's going to happen this year, right? Does Lamar come back with a vengeance and win MVP again? Right? We'll make some bold predictions, I think, on this show. You know, who's going to be the bottom feeders? Are the Bengals going to be able to just outscore everyone this year? Can the defense hold just for one possession to give them a chance? The Chiefs open up tomorrow night in, I believe, Brazil, San Paulo, against the Chargers. That's a fun one. That's going to be real fun tomorrow night. Two of the top heavy-hitting teams in the AFC West. Woo! I like that. There's a lot to look forward to this season, Josh. Josh, anything in particular you're looking for?
Oh, am I back now?
You are.
You are.
All right. I'm gonna get off in a few minutes anyway, because I'm gonna change the login and stuff like that. But what were we doing again?
Josh, I was just kind of running through the upcoming season. Some of the stuff you're looking to watch, you're hoping for. You know, we kind of went over the homecomings with Thielen going back, Amari Cooper retiring. You know, there's a lot of storylines.
That one came out of left field today, huh? But the Cooper one, that one came out of left field. But he said he doesn't want to do it anymore. You know, say he didn't want to do it anymore. I guess. But I don't think Cooper has it anymore. He just didn't want to do it anymore either.
Listen, Geno Smith is his quarterback, so you know you can't blame Geno on this one.
I think Elijah Vera Tucker's done with the Jets, right? I think that's it for that.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for him because he was just named team captain, and he was going to be next to Membu and have a good season, and then poof. I mean, they're going to move Tippmann to right guard, which I think is going to end up being Tippmann's full-time position anyway, and they're just going to draft the center again next year. I think that's just what they're going to do because of Tippmann's snap issues. You know, because now Josh Myers takes over at center, and Josh Myers cannot run block at all. And that's what the Jets are going to try to do.
Josh, everyone wants to know, are you excited to have a quarterback like Justin Fields and not an Aaron Rodgers?
Sure. I mean, he's an athletic quarterback. He's mobile. He can run. He can't throw the football for crap. You know what I mean? He can't throw the ball at all past 10 yards. It's brutal to watch. But
he averages what, about 20 to 25 passes per game in his career so far. It would not surprise me if you saw a lot of Breece Hall, Braylon Allen type combos like you saw with the Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. It would
probably. I think that's the route they are going to go. I think they're going to go more hybrid zone offense, more out routes for the running backs. Try to do that. And listen, they're gonna draft the quarterback next year. That's whether it's Nussmeier or Aller or Klubnik, who Speedy likes. Speedy. The kid who I thought would look pretty good, the one from South Carolina. And then you have also Martinez, the kid from Indiana, and then of course Manning. So you have like 6 or 7 quarterbacks coming out next year, possibly, that are just like, I think Nussmeier is the best one. And everything like that, from not the transition into college, but
let's do it. You brought up Manning. I'm all for it. Let's go.
Yeah, I watched the game Saturday. I never saw a college quarterback get slammed more than he did on social media. And I view it like this. He's a sophomore. He was playing the defending national champions in Ohio State on national television. Ohio State's no slouch. They're the number 3 team in the country. They have one of the best defenses in the country. Led by Patriot great Matt Patricia, might I add. But in reality, it was a tough blow. It was a tough go for him. Manning will be fine. I don't think he's coming out this year anyway. I don't think he or Klubnik are coming out this year. I was saying this the other day. I think the guy, obviously Nussmeier, I like a lot. He showed a lot of moxie in that game against Clemson. He looked great. He looked comfortable in the pocket. I tell you what, I want to see Aller. Speedy's going to crush me for this. Speedy, you ready? You're going to crush you for this one.
What do you got?
Now, if Aller plays well against good teams, I see a lot of Ben Roethlisberger in him. That's what I see a lot of. Big body, good arm, can move in the pocket. That's what I see. I see a lot of Big Ben with Aller, but he's got to beat good teams, right? That's the goal. And I like the kid from South Carolina. I can't remember the wide receiver's name. The 6'5" kid, the kid that's like 6'5" and he weighs like 240 pounds. The wide receiver that they have on South Carolina. That guy. If you draft the kid from South Carolina, the quarterback, he better come with the package. You put those two together. But as far as Arch goes, listen, I watched it. He looked overwhelmed. He was missing throws. He wasn't comfortable. He just seemed to, missing reads, threw the interception at the end. He almost came back. But it's one game, and it was against Ohio State. So right. we gotta pump the brakes.
I do want to talk about that LSU Clemson game too, right? With the upset of LSU beating Clemson, right? 9 beating a 4, for instance.
Hold on. Now, hold on. I believe. I just want to make sure. Speedy, on the show last week, or what was it, 2 weeks ago, did I not say I thought Clemson was overrated?
Yeah, you did.
And I said, I don't know how they're 4. I don't even know how this team is 4, because the ACC, first off, Miami's better than them. I thought that in the first place.
So you were,
and I'm like, what'd you say?
So you were calling frauds from the get-go.
Oh, first off, I think Dabo's a fraud. In my opinion, I think Dabo's a fraud.
But you know what? What about the Alabama team, number 8, losing to Florida State 31-17 last week? I mean, is that a shocker? Is that a surprise? I feel like we kind of
No. I don't think it's a shocker. I think what came out of that game was exactly what I thought, which was, again, Nussmeier, the Heisman Trophy candidate, and LSU. I mean, I hate Kelly so much. I can't stand that guy. But Nussmeier looked fabulous, and Kelly, to me, LSU has good quarterbacks. What do you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? This is what they have.
Upset, Josh, another upset that we talked on the show too. We thought Florida State could go host Alabama and win. And sure enough, they did. 31-17. This game was kind of convincing, though, in Florida State's favor, right? You had Tommy Castellano look pretty darn good for that Florida State Seminole team. The defense made plays when they needed to, and they came in with a big win. I think they can kind of continue that going, right? Big first half, 17-7, going into half itself, finishing out 31-17. I mean, they look really good offensively, defensively. Momentum seemed to stay in Florida State's favor basically the entire time, right? Like, is ranking Bama 8 to start the season, was that kind of too high maybe? Was there false hope? Are they frauds too? I think so.
I think we lost Josh again.
I think we did. It's Speedy. That's the one that kind of drew my attention, right? Like, who saw Florida State? Granted, again, we mentioned it on the show. We thought Florida State had a great shot to upset Bama, and we kind of proved right on this one, no?
I thought they'd cover. I didn't think they would actually win, though. Alabama's defense is a big problem. They look soft, really bad.
31 points to a Florida State team right now. It's not what you want, as they say, right? Looking forward to this week. Not as many big game matchups. Like week 1, phenomenal for the matchups. I loved it. What a way to start the college football season with those games. Just looking ahead, let's see. Anything in particular? Not really. This is like all right, we had our opening game. We had our opening week. We had a tough opponent.
They generally do that with the first week to get more like the
exactly. This is the all right, cool. We won, we lost. We're gonna go against a team that we should put up at least 30 points easily on, right? Like all the ranked teams. Miami, number 5, is going against Beth Cook. Florida has South Florida. You have Clemson trying to rebound against Troy. Georgia looking to stay hot against Austin Peay. Ohio State, new number 1, ladies and gentlemen, going against Grambling at home again, right?
Yeah, there's only one ranked on ranked. It's Michigan at Oklahoma is the only 15-18.
Exactly. And you know what? It's a good one. It's not an opening week one, right? Like we had last week with those matchups. Will be a good matchup. Will be a great game. I guarantee. I'm sure of it. But it's not. It doesn't have the same robust as week 1 had, right? It doesn't have the same. Oh, Manning's going against Ohio State and Texas. Oh, LSU's going, right? It doesn't have the same kind of like things are going to get interesting here. So, but you know what does, Speedy? And we're going to wait for Josh to come back in just a moment. We're going to make some NFL picks tonight. We're going to give our takes, who we think some of the big games upcoming this weekend. We got to remember, there's a game tomorrow night, Speedy.
Looks like Josh is back in. Let's see if we got him.
I'm home. I'm good, but I'm staying like this.
Josh, I was going to say, I don't think you've looked better on the show so far.
Thank you so much. Well, I mean, I'm on my phone. I didn't feel like getting my computer out. Like, I could literally just I could show everybody, like, if you really want, but like.
I don't know if you heard, but we're talking about. We just talked about some of the week 2 games in college football, how it's it's
Oh,
not
see, there you go. See, there we go.
matchup, same pizzazz. But we're going into our week 1 NFL picks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, we're doing that. We're doing that already. Okay.
There's a lot to talk about, Josh. There's a lot of teams, a lot of games.
I feel overwhelmed.
No, you can close your eyes and pick your team right now. I guarantee it, and you can give us a reason of why.
Okay. Well, what are the games?
Speedy, do you want to start us off? If not, we can.
Where's the music?
Yeah, what is that?
It was a
Speedy, what'd you flub the snap? What'd you do?
game, actually. We'll start with the Chiefs at the Chargers, that Brazil game.
Oh, God. The fact that they made these two teams fly 12,000 miles is absurd.
Hey, does this not go under, opening week, like college football? You got to have some good matchups and stuff.
I just want to know when the Super Bowl is going to be in London. That's what I'm waiting for.
Soon. It's going to be international, guaranteed.
I cannot wait. You know why? Because that game's going to be at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be awesome. Let's go. I'm all for it.
Gonna happen.
Chargers, Chiefs, huh? Well, it's interesting because the Chargers, they were going to be the home team. But in reality, when you look at the situation in itself, here's the reality. The reality is the Chargers don't really have a home field, right? So it would have been overtaken by Chiefs fans to begin with. You add that on to the fact that there's pressure on Herbert this year to step up. Injuries last year kind of hurt them and everything like that. They got into the playoffs last year, but the Chiefs have to have a bad year at some point, right? Luck's got to run out on them. I mean, what did they win 15 games last year? Which
getting injured week 2.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And 10 of them were lucky because it was a blocked field goal. It was a bad snap or something. It was weird. The Denver game where they blocked the field goal. There was another one where they blocked an extra point. It was weird. It was just very weird. What's the spread on it? The Chiefs are probably favored by what? 2.5?
Chiefs
3.5. 3.5. Oh, they like the Chiefs, huh? People like Chiefs. I'll go with Kansas City 2. I'm just not ready to believe in. I think the Chargers have still scarred me from a couple years ago where Speedy and I had a bet going with the Jaguars game, and the Chargers were winning. What were they winning? Speed 38-10 or whatever it was.
27-0. They lost
27-0. 27-0. I was out with my wife going to see Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and the Chargers are winning 27-0. I said, "Oh, perfect! I could sign off on it." And then Speedy texted me, "Did you see the score?" I go, "What?" They were 27. He goes, "Look again." And they're losing the Chargers. I said, "What?" And I don't think I've ever forgiven them since. So I'm going to go with Chiefs on this one. I don't think Chiefs, I don't know. I think 3.5 is interesting. I think it should be 1.5, 2.5, but that's just me.
This is going to be a fun division this year, Josh. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Chargers... Right, the
Chargers are the Chargers, right? Speedy loves his Chargers.
Welcome to the Chargers haters bandwagon, Josh.
The Broncos look new and improved.
That team screws everybody over, man, and then some.
Right, Vegas, new quarterback, new head coach. They're on the rise. It's going to be a fun division to watch this year. And what a way to start it off! Chiefs, Chargers, Brazil.
What time's that game at tomorrow?
8 o'clock.
8 our time.
So what's their time then? If it's 8 our time, what's it their time?
I think it's hour ahead, Sao Paulo.
That's it?
Yeah, Brazil's pretty it's Atlantic Ocean. It's like the same area, just more south.
Oh, excuse me, Petey. Okay, wow. You knew that, but you didn't know who the offensive coordinator for the Eagles was? Okay, thanks, man. Anyway. It's only the Atlantic Ocean. Jeez, you should know that.
Listen, this is a battle that I don't think this game is not going to dictate what these teams are going to represent this year, right? It's week 1. It's going to be a battle. The Chargers are going to come out. Marion Hampton, leading the backfield. Ladd McConkey going down the field, feeling like an old school Wes Welker. He's just going to be open, getting the ball peppered all day. The defense is still in question. Jim Harbaugh will have his team ready, defense ready. But I think that hangover from the Super Bowl makes the Chiefs a hungrier team to want to come out and do Chiefs things. Mahomes is going to be ready.
What, you mean get lucky and have the rest fix the game?
If that's part of
is that Chiefs things to you? Because that's what it mostly is.
Listen, Travis Kelce, he's engaged now. More pressure on him.
I'm wondering now with the whole Kelce thing. It's so funny. Errol's like it's going to distract him. I view it differently. I'm looking at it to the point of, my goodness, it's a sigh of relief now. I got Taylor Swift locked up. It's a sigh of relief now.
Is it not?
I hope it is for my fantasy team. That would be great.
That's motivation to perform every week. Extra eyes, extra fans, everything watching. That's going to be huge.
I hope it is for my fantasy team. I hope you're right.
Chiefs are going to strive this year, and we're going to see a different team. Pacheco is back. Seems to be a lot healthier, obviously, than he was last year. I was amazed with how quick he came back last year with a broken leg. Literally came back after week 2, injured it. I thought he was done for the year. Came back, didn't look the same. He looks bigger. He looks stronger. He looks ready this year. Pacheco in that backfield on the offense makes the Chiefs offense that much better, right? Rashee Rice isn't going to play, obviously, but would it be out of the realm or crazy to think like they kind of throw a long pass to Xavier Worthy, like right away to start the year, right? A little play action, Xavier Worthy, boom. Mahomes hits him, opening drive, touchdown, first play. That'd be insane. We could see it. It could happen. Worthy, I think, is going to be a lot better this year. He got a year under his belt. I'm taking the Chiefs too. But again, I don't think this game is going to be indicative of how both teams will finish out the rest of this year. But you got to go Chiefs in this one.
It looks like Josh is frozen, so you're going to have to go first for the next one.
No. I'm here. Sorry, I was looking at something. Sorry, I'm here. I was reading. No. I was looking at the schedule for the week. So that's why I was doing it. So go on.
That was amazing. He wasn't frozen. He was just literally not moving and then had the same facial.
You know what I should have just done? I should have just done this. Like just log off, look what I need to do, and then come back.
Like if there was a fan in the background, that would have been
great. You know what? This is fabulous. I might do it on the phone going forward, Speedy. This is wonderful.
This is amazing. Game 2, what do we got?
49ers at the Seahawks. The spread is Niners 2.5.
Ooh.
49ers at Seahawks. Well, Darnold's debut.
Josh, I'm going to start this one off. I'll give you a little time to think as you look.
That's fine, yeah, because I need to figure out. Hold on, I'm not frozen, by the way. I hear you. I'm just.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not frozen. That's just the facial.
Yes.
He's making without moving. All right. So, 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. New look Seattle team that includes quarterback Sam Darnold, wide receiver Cooper Kupp, JSN. Is it his time to shine? Kenneth Walker still in that backfield, ready to take charge. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting one. And then on the San Francisco side, looks like you have a healthy CMC at the moment. You have a backup running back in Brian Robinson Jr. coming on board. George Kittle looks like he's ready. Juwan Jennings. And you know what? You know who I think is going to have a breakout season for them? Ricky Pearsall. Yup. I think Purdy's going to have an excellent year. Thank you to Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, catching some passes, padding some stats when he scores on those. When I look at this game, though, I look at defense. I think last year the 49ers offense faltered a lot. The defense had to make plays after plays. They played a lot more mistake football than they're used to. I think with the offense rolling this year, it helps the defense continue to roll. And let's not forget, I believe that Mr. Robert Saleh is back in San Francisco helping out on that defense.
Oh, great.
Well, what happened when he was there a couple years ago? Let's not forget that. Offense rolls, continue that momentum to defense. I don't see that changing this game. Give me San Francisco.
Only coach that I know that ever ran practices without a whistle. I mean, really.
He's still your favorite of all time.
Dude, I'm a gym teacher. I even have a whistle still. Like, what? Like, what? I mean, come on. I mean, really. Like, come on. Yeah. I want to believe in the 49ers. I do. I think the problem is they've lost so much on offense. We're now they got Robinson right, and we're relying a lot on Purdy now to really, with Ayuk out, Debo's out.
Okay, they lost Debo. Okay, Debo. Ayuk. When did they have Ayuk though?
They had him enough where Purdy was good, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Injuries, I know. But a healthy CMC, that's a.
I just don't know. Yeah, that was the thing. I don't know if I trust. I mean, because that last Darnold game last year was so putrid in the playoffs. I mean, it was so bad. And that's why Minnesota was already just like, now we're done. We're good. Your services are no longer required. We say, so, yeah. I'll take the Niners in this one, but I'm not, excited about it, but I'll take San Francisco. But I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle won.
All right. Speedy, game 3.
Next, we got Texans at the Rams. Rams are 3.5-point favorites.
Oh, wait, Texans at the Rams, and the Rams are favorites.
Yep.
That must mean Matt Stafford is ready to go.
I mean, he's got a herniated disc in his back. That's tough. He's also 38 now? Hasn't practiced at all this offseason. That worries me. I'm finding a lot of negatives with the Rams right now. Even though I should be. They got Devontae. And it looks like he moved his Taco Bell shop back to his home in LA, so that's pretty cool. I would think Stroud's got it. The problem is I don't know what the new offense is going to look like for Houston. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Who's the former offensive coordinator? What was his name, Speedy?
Slowick.
Bobby Slowick. That guy is going to rue the day where he said, I'm going to come back to Houston and not take any interviews to be a head coach. What a doofus that guy is, man. Jeez, whoever gave him that advice as an agent, I'd fire him in 5 seconds and don't let the door hit you on the way out. My point being is this. I think I don't know what Houston's offense is. Stroud was mediocre last year. He wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. I just didn't like the flow of Houston's team last year. I mean, they won the division because the division is so bad, right? It's just horrible. The Rams are sneaky because I trust McVay. That's the thing. But the thing is, and I still think Stafford will play at a high level, but he also hasn't played football all offseason. You know what I'm saying? And he's got the back issue, and I don't know if he takes a hit, what's going to happen. Plus, there's no real home field. I don't know. This one's tough. You said the Rams were the favorite, Speedy, by what, 2.5?
3.5.
3.5? Yeah, it's another high. That's high, man. I think this game is tight. I'll take Houston in this one. Because the thing is, again, I don't know how good Stafford's going to be. As great as a quarterback as he is, he hasn't played all training camp. I feel like one bad injury and he's done for the year. So I'll take Houston in this one. I trust Stroud to be better, and they signed Nick Chubb to help out for Mixon for a bit. They brought Christian Kirk back, right? They brought him back. They got one of the top receivers in football in Nico Collins. And they have a good defense.
So I'll take the Texans.
Here's the tricky part that I struggle with in this.
There is no tricky part. Just shut up and make your pick. Next. I'm just kidding.
Speedy, we can mute him, right?
Yeah, we can. Here, I'll do it myself.
Oh, thank goodness. Anyway, that brings back so many good memories. Him muted. However, listen, Josh kind of hit the nail on the head. The concern with the Rams is Stafford. If Stafford's healthy, he's ready to go, he feels good, that's going to be a great offense, right? Puka Nacua is easily climbing the leaderboards to trying to be one of the top receivers.
He's top 5 in the league. He's top 5 now.
Right? You bring in Devontae Adams. Who knows what he still has left?
You got Kyron Williams there.
Kyron Williams is just a bulldog. He finds the end zone at least twice a game, it seems like. Right? My question is Stafford and the defense. But then you look at Houston. What was Houston's biggest flaw on defense last year? Was the passing game.
Yep. Well, because they didn't have a pass rush. They lost Donald.
They were able to do everything they needed to do. And the game I looked back last year that I really think defined Houston was that game against Detroit where they were up big and Detroit made the huge comeback to win the game. Right? That's what I'm kind of concerned because guess what? If they can't close out the game, you give Puka Nacua a chance, you give Stafford a chance, you give Kyron Williams a chance. It doesn't matter that you have Nico Collins, that you have Nick Chubb, that you have Kirk, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz. Like, you're going to have to score all these points, but your defense is going to have to stop them. As much as I want to take Houston, I don't trust Houston's defense right now. I think if Stafford's listed as QB1, then guess what? He's QB1. He's going to play, and he's going to play well. And when that happens, Puka Nacua is going to have a couple of touchdowns. Kyron Williams will have a couple of touchdowns. The defense you saw last year can make just enough plays. I think they continue that this year under the strong coaching of McVay.
I mean, just remember, before we get to the next game, remember, they were one play away from beating Philly in the division round, and they could have been Super Bowl champions.
Bingo.
But, yeah.
I'm taking the Rams in this one.
All right. All right. Next one we got the Ravens at the Bills, the Sunday night game. The Ravens are 1.5 point favorites on the road.
I love this one. Josh, I'm going to give you a second to think here. Look, this is what you wanted to see. Opening night, Sunday night, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Let's not forget it, DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers. The defense, right? You don't think Mark Andrews is ready to get back on the field and say, hey, listen, last year was a fluke? And then you look at Buffalo, Josh Allen, Cook. Allen says, I don't have any A1 wide receivers. Watch this. Anyone looks good under Josh Allen right there. The defense improved tremendously. Now you add in a Bosa. I'm excited for this Buffalo team. I hate that it's the first game that they have to play each other this way. Although I feel like we've seen this last year itself. Baltimore kind of changes its identity against Buffalo. And I think it hurts them every time they do. They get away from the passing game so much. It becomes more of a Lamar Jackson show than anything else, where they're more composed, more team-oriented and ready to go throughout the season. Because of that, because we've seen it, I think Baltimore makes the adjustments this year to play more team ball, more Derrick Henry involved. Lamar Jackson's going to do his thing itself. I'm taking Baltimore this time. Think they can revenge their loss from them last year.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like usually at the beginning of the year, Baltimore's trying to figure themselves out and they get hot later on in the year. And I think that benefits Buffalo. I'm not enamored with Buffalo's defense. I know they got Bosa, but he's bound to get hurt at some point, right? Like we all know this. I think at home, I think Buffalo is going to take advantage of that with the crowd. I think that's a huge part of it. Like I said, it always takes Buffalo a couple of weeks to get going. Not Buffalo, excuse me, Baltimore, a couple of weeks to get themselves situated. That's why earlier I would take Buffalo in this game. I know all the weapons that Baltimore has. I get it with Flowers and Bateman. Oh, don't forget Rashad. And also Isaiah Likely, the probably the new starting tight end one. But don't forget, Buffalo's also got their 2 tight end masters in Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, who are going to be good. Josh Allen always finds weapons on the receiving core. Obviously, I know Baltimore had Jair Alexander, so you would hope that would kind of across from Marlon Humphrey kind of simmer down the passing game a little bit. And then, of course, what's his name just got a new contract on Baltimore, the safety from Notre Dame. I'm blanking on his name. What is it?
Hamilton.
Yep, Hamilton. I just I like Buffalo in this one. I would go with them at home. I believe in Josh Allen getting stuff. See, I think Tyler Bass, shocking as this sounds, is going to hit a game-winning field goal at the end of the game. I think they'll cut it close. I'm very curious about the kicking game for Baltimore. Right? Like this is a big there's what's his name is not there anymore.
You know what? It couldn't be as worse as last year, right? Because Tucker had
no, but you know what though? In all honesty, the thing about Tucker was I know he wasn't hitting things, but he was also a leader in that locker room. And that's I think a valid part of this team. And a big thing that Harbaugh preaches on is special teams. I feel like I'm very curious how the kicking game goes without Tucker there. It's the first time I think in 9 or 10 years he's not there.
Yep.
I mean, he was going to be a Hall of Famer until all this stuff came out. That's the part that I think is going to interest me. So we'll see what happens to that. But I'm going to go with Buffalo.
All right.
We'll round it out with your father's team, Josh. The Green Bay Packers with Micah Parsons, maybe we'll say, hosting the Detroit Lions.
Oh, he's playing. He let me tell you, in the words of Charles Barkley, he's going to put some icy hot on that thing, and he's going to go out there and ball. That's what he's going to do.
Josh, who takes this one? I'll let you lead the pack on this one.
Yep. Detroit, Green Bay. It's interesting. Green Bay's at home. I think the other interesting thing is I got to figure out what Detroit is. They lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their defensive coordinator. They lost a lot of assistants. If you saw a lot of the assistants that have left and have gone on to the Bears and the Jets, I think those are big key losses. They've lost some depth on the defense. I trust Dan Campbell. What my thinking is, when I feel where the Packers are right now, I've always loved the Jordan Love pick. Matthew Golden's going to take the next step, right? Like Golden's going to take the next step to be better. We know this. They got Dobbs. They got Reed. Christian Watson has all of a sudden become like their 4th receiver. Tucker Kraft is going to be a really good tight end for them. He'll be a safety blanket for Love. And, of course, you have touchdown machine Josh Jacobs, who led the league in touchdowns last season. I mean, it's I think Parsons was actually the missing piece for this defense. And I've said this time and time again the last week and a half or 2 weeks. I can't believe Dallas traded what they traded for him. This is, I think, the Reggie White move that could put Green Bay over the top and make them a juggernaut. Right there with Philly, right there with – I think they're just as good as Washington now, if you really want me to get realistic with the expectations. I mean, there's a realistic chance that there's 3 teams from the NFC North that are coming out, a division winner and 2 wild cards. With the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Packers. That's the best division in football, other than the AFC North.
AFC.
And I would even say that because the Browns stink. AFC. Whereas all 4 teams of the NFC North are playoff contenders, possibly.
AFC.
What do you say?
The AFC West is going to be really good this year.
The Raiders are there, so it empties it out. It does. Whereas you have literally 4 possible teams that can make the playoffs on the NFC North. Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to take it. I think they end the run of Detroit having their number. kind of in Green Bay the last couple of times. Detroit will make the postseason. I think Green Bay wins the division, but I think Detroit will make the wild card. And if they do, it's a testament to Dan Campbell.
You know what? This is a tough one, but at the same time, I think both teams split the season series, right? Like, I think Detroit is going to be ready, more in tune. Dan Campbell is going to want to start off really hot. I like Detroit in this. I think Gibbs is going to give Green Bay a little more fits than they're hoping for or expecting. I think he's going to be the difference maker in this game itself. Laporta probably have a sneaky touchdown too. They play each other again in Detroit. I'm taking Green Bay in that one. Later on.
You flip-flopping. Do they play? They don't play on Thanksgiving against each other, right?
I'm not sure. I got to look at that.
Speedy, who does Detroit play on Thanksgiving this year? Trying to remember who it was. I'll tell you what. They probably wish the NFL wishes it was Green Bay this year.
Absolutely.
looks like it is November 27th. So is that Thanksgiving?
That is Thanksgiving, Speedy. Yes, Mr. Atlantic Ocean. That is Thanksgiving. Yes.
They do it again. So 3 years in a row now, I guess.
Oh, they're playing Green Bay again?
Yep.
Man, the NFL is going to have a day. Wait, what are the games that day? It's Green Bay, Detroit. Who's Dallas playing?
Dallas has the Chiefs and the Bengals at the Ravens.
That's going to be a fun night.
That's going to be a fun night, man. That Green Bay Detroit game is going to be wonderful. Boy, Parsons is going to want that gobble moment that Donald Driver had.
Listen,
but yeah,
I can say the schedule I'm a fan of. I have no qualms, nothing I'm upset with when it comes to the NFL schedule. But there is some stuff in sports I do want to that really grind my gear.
All right, you can start it off, man. Go for it. What's you're better than that?
I love it.
That was a knee slapper, but let's go on.
I don't like to complain about umpire play.
I know where you're going with
that. Tough job. Like, I get it. And at the same time, now there's going to be more talks about the EBS and the whole pitch challenging sequence. Why? Because of a certain umpire last night who, I hate to say it, and I'm not saying it because I am a fan of the Yankees and a lot of the calls went against them. But when you have Ben Verlander defending the Yankees and everything about the awfulness of the umpire play and everything, that was atrocious.
Well, you know who the umpire's a fan of.
It's not like he's a Sox fan or anything.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like, this happened earlier in the season too for Houston nonetheless again. But there's a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff out there. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything happens. I think he just had a bad night possibly. Right? He still had a 90% on his scorecard for.
I don't know how. I watched the game. I don't know how that was the report card.
But that it was enough to earn its right on the you're better than that tonight. So I don't know if it's the ABS system. I don't know if it's the umpire training, umpire university, whatever it is.
You know what you could call the ABS system too if it doesn't work?
Exactly.
It's all bull bleep.
So strikes and balls, calls from the umpires. Come on. You're better than that.
Yeah, my you're better than that is summer's over, man. Us teachers are back. It sucks. Bro, it stunk today, man. Oh, it was so bad. So bad today. I mean, listen, I love seeing my students. It's great, but dude, being back, it's like
you know what? That sounds like a very worthy you're better than that.
Really quick before we go, shout outs I want to give. My youngest Carter was his first birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yep, so he's turned 1. And Erik, that's it. I know Chris started pre-K yesterday. my son started pre-K today. Not a single tear shed. Literally walked in and said, "Okay, bye," and that was it. And he walked out and he said he didn't want to leave. And that was it. And he loved it. And he had a ball and he had a blast. Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah. I mean, I'm it's awesome with these memories and these moments happening. And Chris's big days in a couple of weeks, man.
Woo! I can't believe it.
But any last words before we sign off?
I just want to say, Josh, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Shout out to the young ones there. Shout out to the adults though for making it through, right? Having a fun summer. Can't believe that summer's over already again. But
it's easy for you to say.
What summer?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, man, you get back on the rhythm. It's just like brutal.
It is.
It's like every day I'm having to make. It's like every day I'm having to make the lunch, and then having to schlep to work with the coffee in the morning, and then I gotta have my Celsius in the afternoon, and everything like that. And the routine, and then tomorrow's Friday, and then you hit Friday, and then it's like, oh my God, it's Sunday night already. Wow, it's Monday again. That sucks because that went so fast. Yeah.
Josh, I hope you get to watch the game tonight. It's enjoying. I'm sure we'll talk more about
that.
Yeah,
man. No, the Mets are off tonight, so I'll have to watch that. By the way, really quick, Brandon Sproat called up to the Mets, so the Mets have officially called up their 3 top young gun starters. And they're actually going to go back to back to back. It's crazy. It's going to be Tong Saturday, Sproat Sunday, McClain Monday. And then it's so crazy. Texas is at Citi Field in 2 weeks or a week and a half. And the game Friday night is lined up for Nolan McClain versus Jacob deGrom. It's almost like a passing of the torch, kind of, when you look at it in that perspective of like
fun.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it's crazy that basically Sproat, McClain, and Tong, if they make the playoffs, those 3 could be pitching games 1, 2, and 3 for the Mets.
Is it good? I'm looking forward to next week's show already.
Oh my goodness! What? The Jets will lose. The Giants can be closer, I think, but we'll see. But check us out at WorldWideSportsRadio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can check out Job and Mouth on TikTok. Check their show out, of course, Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30. Snowman in the morning, and of course our show, Game On at 6 p.m. Maybe who knows? I could be on the cell phone again. You never know. This was wonderful. I enjoyed this. I don't know. But Erik, it's a pleasure, my friend. Speedy, thank you. Enjoy the game tonight. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll talk to you all next Thursday to wrap up week 1 of the NFL and already get you prepared for week 2 of the NFL Thursday. Until then, enjoy your sports. Take care. This has been Game On live on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Peace out, everybody.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.